I'm definitely bringing my physicality to the team as well. My tackling presence, I feel, is definitely what, puts me on top as far as linebackers go, and just my overall will. I don't like to lose on any given play, so I will always strain for my teammates, always for the cause of the team.
How do you balance, you've been this leader for 4 years, how do you balance that versus stepping into a locker room where you're a rookie?
Honestly, it really just repeats itself. The same thing happened in high school. I had to come in as a freshman and put my head down and just, put my work towards the plow. And I ended up all right. I became the leader that I was. And I did the same thing at the University of Miami. Freshman year, I came, put my head down, and I ended up starting for 4 years. So, I'm not changing much. I just want to help my team to the utmost.
Thank you, Mark. We're going to go over to D-Rock, and then after that, we'll go over to Mia O'Brien.
Hey, Shaq, congrats. You obviously always want to get drafted. That's a dream to play in the NFL, but does it hold a little bit more because it is the hometown team?
Team in the National Football League, but being able to stay home is just a different feeling. It's a very different feeling. I'm just so happy that I had the opportunity to do it, because to be honest, most people don't get the chance to do that. So repping the brand has always been a thing for me, especially, Jacksonville with that 904. I've been throwing my fours up since I got to college. So I'm excited.
Awesome. Thank you, D-Rock. We're going to go over to Mia O'Brien, and after that, we'll go to
Hey, Shaq, congrats, and kind of building off of that, the way that goes, you kind of figure out who's drafting you by the area code that pops up. So when you see 904 pop up, do you think it's the Jaguars?
Yes, I did. And when I seen Jaguars had the next pick, and I got a phone call, I tried to make sure I didn't press the wrong button on my phone when trying to answer the phone call. And as soon as he said this is from the Jag, I almost started crying already. But yes, it was a different feeling. It's hard to explain it.
And are you back in the 904 right now? Were you with mom, dad, grandma?
Yes, ma'am. I heard the news that I could stay home while I was home, and it's just different. It's just different.
And just, for you, you're an emotional guy. That was something I know that Mark Allen's talked about as well, that one of the moments that you guys talked about was that post or in the middle of the Liberty Bowl, the speech you gave to your team. What sort of, how do you think that kind of defines you as a football player and what you can bring to this team?
I think it defines you because it only takes one guy in a lot of scenarios to get a group of guys going. It just takes somebody to maybe say something. And I've learned that that's just the role that I have to play. I've been blessed with talent on and off the field, but even more so as a person. I'm not too cool to tell my teammates that I love them and that I need them. And doing things like that go a long way, more than most people actually know. Most people think you have to be bravado. That's not the case. When you stand on the side of winning and your teammates know that, then they respect you much more. You don't have to do all the extra to try to gain respect. That's why I just plan to come in and show them I came to work. I'm going to be here whether you like it or not, because I came to work.
Awesome. Congrats, Shaq.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mia. We're going to go over to Demetrius, and then we'll go to John Shipley.
Hey, Shaq, congratulations again. How much did you sort of meet with the Jaguars before the draft, and what did they tell you about yourself and what you could probably bring to the team?
I met with the Jaguars a couple of times, definitely at the combine. I got to talk to the linebackers coach, and we talked for about 30 to 45 minutes. We first started with the football stuff, the X's and O's, showing them that, of course, I know defense and I know offense as well. And after finishing up with the X's and O's and the schematics, we just talked to each other for about, 30 minutes. And it was amazing, getting to know my future coach now, but we really hit it off. So from that point on, he really told me, we're going to grab you. And I was thinking, a lot of teams say that, it's the law of the land when it comes to the draft, but he was right. He was not playing with me.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Demetrius. We're going to go to John Shipley, and then after that, we'll go to Josh Robbins, I'm sorry. We'll go to John Shipley first.
Hey, Shaq, congratulations, man. I know, big deal for you guys and your family. I know, Oak Cliff High's had a few different guys play in the NFL, but you're the first guy drafted to the NFL from Oak Cliff. What does that mean? I know you've always taken a lot of pride in Oak Cliff.
Well, first I want to say hello to Mr. John Shipley. We go way back. I don't know if y'all know that. But second of all, it means everything, John, because even when you were there, it was tough. We were a new school, and before we got there, as a new school, it's hard to compete. But because all I ever wanted to do was rep the brand. That's all. I just wanted to make sure that everybody knew that North Florida had a lot of football talent too. When everybody talks about Florida, they always want to go down south. But I just wanted to be one of those who put North Florida on the map as well. And there's no slouches over here.
Yeah, for sure. Hey, congrats, Shaq. Congrats to you and your family, man. Proud of you.
Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you, John. We're going to go over to Josh Robbins, and then we're going to go back to Mark Long. Josh, we're unmuting you right now.
Can you hear me now?
Yep, you're all good.
All right, thank you. Shaq, the Jaguars director of college scouting was effusive in his praise for how you play, and then he also had a line I want to kind of get your reaction to. It's all about ball, alpha male, leader, locker room guy, kind of the guy they don't mess with there. He's been running the show since he was a freshman. Is that correct? And what kind of high praise is that for you?
That's 100% correct. Everything he said was correct. And that high praise, it just comes from just working. I was always one that wanted, my praise after the fact. And I was always, honestly, looked over in high school. I mean, I was highly sought after, but there were guys that I felt I should have been higher. And that's at every level. So the chip on my shoulder has always been there. And it's propelled me to every level. And it's allowed me to go beyond limits that I've set for myself. So.
Thank you, Josh. We're going to go back to Mark Long, and then we're going to go to Christy.
Yeah, Shaq, I don't know if this was clear or not, but where are you? Are you in Jacksonville?
Yes, sir. I'm in Jacksonville right now.
And you've graduated and everything. You came back with the virus?
Yes, sir. I graduated this past December.
Okay, cool. Are you out of Miami completely? Like moved out? Like you're done down there living?
Yes, sir.
All right. Just checking. Thank you.
Thank you, Mark. We're going to go to Christy, and then we'll finish with Steve Gordon.
Hey, Shaq, congratulations. Wanted to ask you a little bit. You appreciate history and you appreciate the moment so much. What did it mean to you to be the first one of the Canes to go in this year's draft?
It meant a couple of different things to me, for the fact that most people will misconstrue what the draft really represents. Draft doesn't mean where you get picked it's not directly correlated to how you did in college. So if you take it that way, you're going to take it way too personal and you're upset and you become flustered at that type of manner. But the fact I was chosen first from my team, it just meant everything. It meant I had worked so hard year after year, like the body of work put together in those 52 games it's so quickly said when you read it off of a screen, off of a piece of paper, but that took 52 games. That took 4 years, and that took more time to prepare to be able to last 4 years. I don't think I think it's just easily looked over. It's not, and that's fine because I'm used to it. But I'm sorry, I don't mean to ramble. I just get emotional sometimes.
Christy, did you have one more?
Yes, thank you. And then the other thing I just wanted to ask you a little bit was, again, you take so much pride in being a linebacker from the University of Miami. What does it mean now to carry that tradition forward in the NFL?
It means doing my part, to keep Miami not only afloat, but to keep them as who they are, and that logo would never drop, no matter what people may say. I have to continue to work. When I get to the league, I have to translate. It's a lot of guys that translate. And it's not good enough to just be there. It's not good enough to just be chosen by, you know, my home team. It's not good enough for me. I plan to go the distance, you know, to rep the brand to the best of my ability. Don't say, well, Shaq Quarterman went to. They say Shaq Quarterman represents the U. He, you know, he's up there with the Ray Lewis, John Beeson, DJ Williams, John Vilma. Not just because I went to the school and graduated, but because I deserve to be there. And that's been my goal since going to Miami, since committing to Miami. If I do what I'm supposed to do, and I in amongst the names on that list, I did something right.
Thank you, Christy. So now we'll finish with Steve, and then after that, we'll do our best to get Daniel Thomas in here. So, Steve, go ahead.
Congratulations, Shaq. You talked about the significance for you of getting drafted. Can you kind of take us through what it was like for you emotionally from the time you woke up this morning, what you were expecting, what you were hoping for, and then just that moment of getting picked?
I woke up this morning, my agent, Drew Rosenhaus, you know, who does an awesome job. You know, he told me what to expect, which was to be chosen today. So I was still disappointed going, you know, just watching the draft, obviously. But waking up this morning, I had a different feel. You know, I woke up with a little pep in my step. You know, my family was a little bit more excited than we were, you know, yesterday and the day before. You know, my aunt made breakfast. Like, everybody just knew, you know, everybody had a feeling. So sitting on the couch with my family, everybody's anxiety's raising. And as the picks go, I feel it getting closer and closer. I know my name is on the rise. I'm about to be called. And when that phone rings, my family doesn't know, you know, they watching the TV, but I see my phone ring. And I just thank the Lord before I answer. I say, thank you, Lord. And I pick up the phone and I get the news. Then after that, they come on the TV and my phone just goes blue screen for a couple minutes.
Thank you, Steve. We actually do have one more. We'll close right now with Gene Fournette.
Hey, Shaq, congratulations. When you started all 52 games in college, how many times would you say during your 4 years at Miami, early on in a game week, did you wonder whether you were going to be able to suit up on Saturday, where an injury was enough of a concern to make you wonder if you could keep that streak going?
Only one time for a serious matter, because if it's not broken, then I'm gonna play. I mean, that's just the way. If you didn't play, you would lose your spot. So I never been with that. So with the ankle sprains and stuff like that, I was playing on those. I only had one time, that was my junior year, and we had LSU at a neutral site. And on Wednesday, we played them on Saturday. On Wednesday, I had back spasms, just doing footwork in practice. Back spasms, fell to the ground, couldn't practice for the rest of the day. He took me to the training room, all different type of tests were done. And, you know, back spasms, I didn't know if I was gonna be able to play or when they were gonna stop. But I practiced the next day, you know, did my water therapy the whole week up until the game, still went to all my meetings, and I played every snap of that game, besides one. I played every snap of that game.